if no one has told you today, I want you to know that you are admired. So today we are going to be talking about whether they are thinking about you or are they going to think about you on the night of Halloween. So we have all our piles laid out here. I did a lot of piles. I did 7 piles, number 7. I don't know why, but 7 has been picking up, been near me a lot lately, so number 7 could be significant. So we have 7 piles. Before we hop right into each pile, I want to let you guys know the different ways you can help our channel. One is by giving this video a like and subscribing. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so I would really appreciate it. Yeah, and I also have a DEPOP linked in the description. I sell personal readings there. All the decks I use are listed in there. You could buy the deck and purchase a reading, and that will be like a 20-minute video for you listed on YouTube, only for your eyes. And you could also ask like whatever, like if you want messages pulled on that, if you want little charms pulled on that, if you want a certain oracle deck to be with the tarot deck you purchased, yeah, that's fine with me. Just let me know if you are interested in that. It's in the description. And I just want to thank you that you are taking the time out of your day to give this video a chance. All right, let's hop right into each pile. So the first pile we have is Jason from Crystal Lake. So here's the little image, Jason. I forgot what his last name is. And then we have this little appearance card indicator. So this person, this is supposed to be that skin disease, or what is it called? Like marks on the skin where they have like patch of white skin and patch of darker skin. I forgot what it's called, but that could be something specific that that person has, or this could just be a message like that this person is wearing a mask, or maybe they wear a mask a lot, because the reason why I chose this one is because they were wearing a mask, and Jason wears a mask. So that's pile 1. If that resonates, pick pile 1. Next one we have is Chucky, and it says, to the good guy, say hi to the good guy. And it's like doll face. I think of like doll face. They act like a doll face, but deep down they're, you know, scary doll face. But that doesn't have to be the truth. They could be, you know, like they're the doll. We have a woman with red hair, and since Chucky has red hair, I thought that it fit. It resonated. So if that resonates, pick pile 2. You could have red hair, they could have red hair, someone maybe significant has red hair. Then we have here Halloween. Welcome to Halloween. Interesting that we're talking about the night of Halloween. So we have Michael Myers for pile 3. We also have someone who may have blonde hair, blondish hair, or maybe even look like this potentially. So if that resonates, pick pile 3. Next we have Want to Play a Game, Jigsaw from the Saw series. So we have a depiction of a hairier man. This is supposed to be like someone who is hairy. So if that resonates, someone who is hairier, maybe shaves their face a lot, this could be your pile. So if that resonates, pick pile 4. Next we have is someone with grayish darker eyes, like grayish blue eyes. If that resonates, we also have Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger, someone who may have been burned. He got like burned on the face. So if that resonates, pick pile 5. Next we have someone with short length hair, or maybe possibly someone who looks like this, with the Scream character from the Scream movies. I forgot what they were called, but Woodsboro. I think it's from Welcome to Woodsboro. So if that resonates, pick pile 7. And then next we have Beetlejuice. I forgot. I honestly don't really know much about this movie, so if anyone would like to inform it in the chat, please let me know. And possibly someone who is shorter than you. Someone who's shorter than you, their appearance, or you could be shorter than them. If that resonates, you may want to pick this pile. Okay, yeah, so let's hop right into this pile, starting with pile number 1. Hello, my beautiful pile ones. We are going to hop right into your reading. So let's shuffle these decks first on camera. So first we're going to figure out whether this is your reading. We're going to pull out who exactly we're talking about and who may be thinking about you. So like, this is to help you understand who that person is. So let's pull out, we're going to be pulling out 4 cards at the top. So let's pull those out first. The first card is going to be representing who they are. So 2, 3, so 4 of Wands. Next card is how do they feel about you? 1. Okay, King of Wands. I don't know if that was, I think that's supposed to be upright. Next one is how do they think you feel? 1, about them. 2, 3. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And how do they see a future with you? 1, 2, 3. Ace of Pentacles. So I am going to try not to look up any of the cards unless I really have to. I'm going to try to be definitely very intuitive, use my intuition, because I've been doing readings. This is my 43rd reading. So let's see if I could, I'm going to use all my intuition in this. Let's get the emotions. So death came out for a sec, but let's first pull one of these animal cards. So a card that represents who they are in the animal spirit realm. That Jason keeps flying away. 1, 2. I don't know why I just thought of the name Jason, like actually the Jason. 3. We have a bee. Busy bee. Okay, now the emotions. So what are the emotions that correlate with each one? So possibly how they're feeling, like how they feel towards you and how they think you feel. So what are the emotions? 1 of how they feel towards you. Peace. What are the emotions that they think you feel? 1, 2, 3. Ghost. Interesting. Interesting that we both have kind of dullish colors. All right, let me get another deck real quick. Okay, so I'm going to use an Affirmator just because we're talking about the future and we're always trying to look on how we could better ourselves in the future. So let's have a positive outlook. 2, 3. Well, it's in reverse. Ultimate potential. Interesting. All right. We also have forgiveness here, was on the bottom of the deck, so that may be playing a part. All right, so this is, like I said, this is going to be very intuitive based. I'm going to try my hardest to not look up the cards and just go based off what I know and remember from each card. So we have the 4 of Wands and the bee representing who this person is. So this is to help you decide whether this is your pile or not. This person is very earnest, hardworking, democratic. Basically, the bee is like the busy bee, the hardworking bee. Like they're always they're always working, constantly working, and it's like they don't ever really get tired. They're like, when they're out of balance, they can get overwhelmed and a little bit of annoyed. But most of the time, they're content, they're active, they're vibrant, they're putting in the work. And this could be like, they could be an air sign. We also have a lot of fire here and earth. And I think they could possibly have a fire sign. You may have an earth sign. I think you may be more earth because I think they see more of an earth element to you. because we talk about the future and how they see, how they think you feel. So, they could definitely be an air sign though, because we do have air here as well. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then fire, Leo. I want to say this is their sign just because these here are not as significant. They're more of like, this is supposed to represent the passion and love that they feel. And then the earth talks about possible finances and abundance. So with the Four of Wands, this person could be definitely a partier. Maybe they throw the best parties. Maybe they are always looking to have fun. They're very spontaneous. They're very driven. They're always having a blast, having a good time, having people over for some drinks, and just, sociable, possibly outgoing, going to others, being like, hey, like, let's take a shot or something. They're always they have like a lot of passion towards late night fun with friends and family too. I feel maybe possibly a supportive family around them. So like whether it's friends or actual family members, like they're like, oh, like, yeah, you could have a party, or yeah, let's have people over and let's be sociable. Like their parents, their family's also very sociable. And that's what created and made them to be very sociable as well. I think when it comes to partying and their friends and family, I think they're very hardworking. Like they put in the effort to stay in touch with people. They put in the effort to, ask people to hang out or catch up with people and reach out and be like, hey, like, how about we go catch a movie sometime, or go for lunch sometime. I think with the bee as well, there's not a much earth to them, but I think they do worry about their finances. So, okay, let's talk about here. Peace, and we have the King of Wands. So, and the fact that the King of Wands is upright, how they feel about you is like they are the man of passion. Like, or maybe they feel that you are more of a masculine, like, love potential, if that makes sense. And you don't have to be, obviously, you don't have to be male, but this is more of like you are an authoritative type of passion. So, like, you are the one that brings the hammer, like, they could be very interested in you because you have authority and power with you, and it just comes with you. And I think how they feel about you is like very passionate. Maybe even a little bit of like, well, there's no colors of that, so I'm not going to say that message. I was going to say maybe a little bit of like anger deep down, but it's not like anger. It's more of like a little bit of resentment just because of how amazing you are, that they're like a little bit jealous. But there's no like green, there's no like any colors like that to make me think that way. We also have Jason. So Jason within itself, the movie is about a person that's has difficulties with their family, and then they end up being like drowned and then coming back for revenge. That's like the movie, but it may not play a part because I don't see any cards that play a part just yet. We'll move on, but so far this could just be maybe about appearances. Maybe they don't feel that they are good looking, so they wear a mask. Maybe we could pull some appearance cards to talk about what their appearance may look like. I think they see you as a very peaceful creature. I don't know why I just said creature, but like a specimen. Like they see you as someone who's very calm, peaceful, but like to have a lot of fun. Like they see you as like a wild ride. Like you're like everything, all of the above. Like you have a sense of excitement and passion with you, and just something very enticing, yet also there's a sense of peace that will come with you too. It's like you're very calm, peaceful person. I think something they may worry about though with you is that you may worry about whether they could provide for you financially. Like you guys may be um they could see you as a very peaceful person. I think your relationship could right now could be quite peaceful. Um or they want to bring peace to you, maybe. We'll see more cards, pull some more cards. With the Knight of Pentacles, they could definitely maybe worry that they may not be able to provide for you. They may feel like you look at them as someone who doesn't have money or doesn't have a lot, and that you may ghost them because of that, because they can't provide abundance for you, or they can't, maybe don't live up to your standards of finances. So maybe they're a little bit, maybe they feel that you see them that way. Um, but I think they see it as like it's only the beginning. Like right now, I don't like this person is saying like out loud, this is like quote, this is what they're saying. Like right now, I don't have a lot. I don't have a lot to provide to give to you. But in the future, there is going to be a lot of abundance within our like connection. Like I feel like they definitely see a very abundant new beginning, new start to your finances. Like maybe you guys are in the same like workforce or work related, or going after the same thing, or maybe one person is planning on being very successful and the other person's planning on being very successful, and it's like they see a new beginning to wealth, um, that you both can thrive within and like help provide for each other. Or they could also maybe see you as someone who could help provide with them. Like maybe they aren't going after something as rigorous as you may be, and maybe they see you as a new start of possible wealth. In reverse, we have ultimate potential. It says, I choose to live a life of my fullest potential. I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my inner growth and accomplishment. Tuning into this frequency now, reach higher heights than I ever thought possible, knowing that an option that would why would I have ever tuned into anything else? I'm looking at you, Smooth Jazz, and Talk Radio. So I think they see you as a an ultimate potential like decision. Like they see you as someone who can bring a lot of in their life. Like I think they may have met you and they saw all this potential that you have, that it was like they are so fascinated by it and interested and passionate about it, that it's like they want to seize this opportunity. Like they look up to, they see that you're so accomplished, inspired, and you're always going after what it is, your dreams and your goals, and like they are like they never thought that they could possibly tune into that frequency, and they're just like, dang, like I can't lose this person. I want to, even if I can't have this person, I want to stay friends with this person. Like and maybe that's a little bit iffy, because it's like, hey, just because I have abundance in my life, like that's why you want to be with me. So that might be something you want to pay attention to, but I think it's also like they just are very inspired by you. Okay, so now let's move on to some more cards. We are now going to ask of whether they thought about you during Halloween. So, are they thinking about you on Halloween? Will be the first card. One. Okay, we got Queen of Pentacles. We have what are they thinking about specifically? So what specifically are they thinking about on the night of Halloween about you, if they are? Page of Cups. More detail, something more specifically. Three of Swords in reverse. Okay. And then lastly, we have what did they do about it, or if anything, like are they going to do anything about this, or did they do anything about them thinking about you on Halloween? If they did, if that makes sense. We have the Empress. This looks like they definitely did take action, or are going to take action, because we have the Empress, and that's like very strong energy. That's what is it? Empress represents Venus, which is the high divine, or it's like the feminine, divine feminine. Is that's what Venus? What do they want? What do they want to do about it? 1, 2. We got the Queen of Cups. Okay. So, what I'm getting is, I think, a yes. We could actually pull some yes or no cards. I wish I had I want to buy a deck that says specifically on the tarot like which one is yes or no. But I think the Queen of Pentacles is a yes answer. They may see you as the Queen of Pentacles. So let's shuffle this and then ask, did they think about you on the night of Halloween? Or are they going to think about you on the night of Halloween? 1, 2. I disagree. Okay. So maybe not. Let's see more specifically. 1, 2. Did they think about, help us understand a little bit more. Did they think about pile 1 on the night of Halloween? Or are they going to think about the night of Halloween? 2, 3. In the future. So I think it's in the future. They are going to think about you. Maybe not on the night of Halloween, but maybe after the night of Halloween. Like in the future, like maybe something will happen on the night of Halloween that makes them change their thought or change their thought process and make them be like, hey, like realize their thoughts about you. So with the, let's take this off now. We have the answer. Let's just put it like here or something. So with the Queen of Pentacles, with that card I asked, are they thinking about you? Or are they going to think about you on the night of Halloween? With the Queen of Pentacles, this represents basically like a high and mighty, like, woman of the earth signs, like of the finances. I think they're very hardworking and they want to be successful, and that's how they see you. You are like the mother of wealth. Like you are someone who could bring a lot of abundance into their life. And I think they may think about that in the future after the day of Halloween. We have the Page of Cups. This is where I asked, what about you specifically are they thinking about? They may see you, or they may try to, they could be learning how to understand their emotions, and they're on the way of understanding their more in depth about their emotions. Like they could be growing and trying to figure out and find more peace in their life. They could also be recovering from a heartbreak, maybe maybe they end up breaking up on the night of Halloween. If they, like, maybe this person ends up breaking up with the whoever on the night of Halloween. It doesn't have to be. If it doesn't resonate, ignore. Um, but I think they're definitely, maybe they see you as someone who recovered also from a heartbreak, and that you're like very strong and you're on the way of understanding and expressing your emotions, communicating your emotions better. I think they also may mirror that energy, and they may be on the wave, trying to find inner peace and trying to be a little bit more understanding and expressive of their emotions as well, and maybe even their emotions on how they feel about you, or their emotions towards you. So with the Empress, we asked definitely recovery from heartbreak, or they could still be feeling. I think this is mainly positive because in the original it's like a heart with knives in it, and I think they are on recovery. Um, they could also be possibly hurting a bit about you because maybe they felt that you are a ghost, or maybe they feel like you think that they are a ghost. Like maybe they've distanced themselves or um, stayed away from you for their own inner peace, and maybe that's their way of trying to recover. Because maybe they feel that you may reject them, or that you don't like them or want them. That could be the case. I also think this could be another way of seeing it, is that maybe you distance yourself. So they're like, deciding whether they should express their emotions to fully let go of their feelings or to find inner peace. I do in the future think that they are going to come to you about their emotions, and in the future become more better at communicating and understanding their possible love for you. Um, I think coming to communicate their emotions, definitely. That's what I'm getting. And maybe entering more of a divine, nurturing, loving, supporting energy. I think they may be lacking that a lot currently. But I think they may, come into that. Um, what did they do about it? So I think they're definitely going to be nicer, or become more loving and nurturing towards you. I think they'll be more respectful. Um, I shouldn't say respectful because they, if they're not respecting you now, they're not going to respect you in the future. Like even if they do change at heart, like it doesn't matter. I think um they're definitely going to be more nurturing, more caring, more compassionate, maybe more considerate of how you feel. Okay. Lastly, I want to pull some charms and messages. I think we should pull some appearance cards just because this Jason always reminds me of appearances. So let's motherfucking do it. Alright, so I have this huge ass motherfucking deck. Let's shuffle these. These are gonna be impossible to shuffle. Okay, let's pull like 4. 1. Okay, we have a smaller forehead. So someone could have a small forehead or smaller forehead, maybe covered with bangs, I'm thinking, because that area is kind of like bangs and there's a lot more bangs here. I think I need to put bangs. We also have almond-shaped eyes came out. Possibly almond-shaped eyes, like upturned at the ends. Almond. One. We have jewelry. You may wear a lot of jewelry. They may wear a lot of jewelry. Jewelry is definitely significant. They may end up getting you a thing of jewelry, maybe. Or maybe they have gotten you jewelry in the past. Two. Oh, we have... I think this is supposed to represent nice eyelashes. They can have really pretty long lashes, eyelashes. You know what? Let's just fucking pull 2 more for the fun of it. 1, 2. We have soft hands. You could have very soft hands, or they could have very soft hands. Let's pull 1 more. 2, 3. These 2 came out. I'll just show them. These are like different types of noses. Usually I roll a dice to see which type of nose. And then this one came out big forehead too, but they kind of like fell on the floor, so I don't really want to pull those. I'm gonna pull 2 more. 1, 2. We have skinny body type. I think they could be skinnier, or you could be have a skinny body type. Okay, I think that's all we're gonna do. Pile 1, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you found some messages, and I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile 2s. Let's shuffle your tarot card deck on camera. So each pile, I'm using a different deck. So, and different cards for each one, just because, like, I'm just doing it intuitively based, whatever I feel that I should use. This deck is this is Mystical Melodies. Basically, the whole idea behind this deck is about... The guy created it because he really fell in love with, like, the Devil card of the tarot, which is a little weird, but he was talking about how he liked the depiction of it, about, like, how it talks about addiction or the shadow aspects of yourself, and so that could play a part in this reading since we are using that deck. Also, we have Chucky, the good guy, and Dollface, I just thought of. So this could definitely be, so far, getting maybe a person who says they're a good guy, and then they end up being like a mass murderess or something. Mass murderer. So let's, if that doesn't resonate, you may want to pick a different pile. So we're gonna pull 4 cards. 1, oh, we already have, so let's pull the 9 of Swords first, just because I don't take, when it's 3, I only take, you know, if you check out my reading, how I read, you know. Next one, so this is supposed to represent who they are. How do they feel about you? 1, 2, 3. 5 of Cups. Interesting. We also have a little bit of the Lovers came out. And the Page of Cups came out a little bit. So let's see if that comes out again. But 5 of Cups is the main one. There's definitely despair. Distraught. Possible distraught. I think maybe, since it's in reverse, it might be the good aspect of that, though. So let's see what else comes out. How do they see a future, or how do they think you feel about them? 1, 2, 3. The High Priestess in reverse. Interesting. And then lastly, what future do they see with you? Or how do they see a future? How do they see your future? How they see the future with you? Ooh. I think they see you as someone who would break their heart. To be honest with you. But also, maybe not. Maybe a new they could be definitely conflicted and stagnant and very stuck in this connection. Let's see the emotions. I definitely think they, like, off the bat, I'm already kind of getting yes that they are gonna think about you on Halloween. Um, you definitely might have crossed their mind or are going to cross their mind. Because I feel like they don't stop thinking about this situation. I think it's like kind of like almost anxiety inducing to them. Because they could be very worried about it. So let's pull animal deck. So let's see what does the animal spirit have to say about who they are? What type of person are they? 1, 2, 3. The eagle in reverse. Okay, so they could be very controlling of a person. I'm pretty sure that's what the card means. And then let's see the emotions. What are their emotions towards you? 1, 2, 3. Disruption. You could be a disruption in their love life. And or maybe how they feel towards themselves. I'll talk a little bit more about that. How they think you feel about them emotionally. 1, 2, 3. Isolated. Interesting. Okay. Wow. Okay. And then lastly, let's do some affirmators because, you know, the future's always bright. You gotta look at the future was always a positive outlook. So let's see. What does the future hold in this connection? 1, 2, 3. We have story of my life. I give you all. I'll spend all night until you broke inside. I don't know how that song goes, but something about, I think that's One Direction, actually. So yeah, I'm gonna just go based on my intuition because that's what we're trying to do this episode, this fucking video. I'm not gonna look anything up. This is gonna be very intuitive based. So this person could be a Gemini. Just also off the bat, we have a fucking Gemini symbol like on the bed. So this person could be having like nightmares or they're definitely all out of whack. Like something is up mentally with them and maybe they are repressing it, trying to act like it's not there. Maybe they show like nothing's wrong. And I think what's bothering them the most is that you are isolating yourself. And I think all they want to do is give you flowers. But you're not a fool. Like they're like this snake and maybe even like fuckboy or mentality, and I think you are this mouse and like you see it as a kind act, but it's like you see through their bullshit. You see them for the fool that they are deep within. Like they're not, to you, they project leadership. Like to everyone else, they project leadership and high priestess, you know, energy. Like they're the leader, they know what's best, they know what's morally best. It's like they're the religious figure. But to you, they're the snake. They're the ones that's misguiding people. They're the ones they're like a phony. Like you see through their shit. Like you see them as a phony. And I think they realized that you're not following their lead. Everyone else may, you know, listen to them, do what they say, and you're like, nah, I'm okay. I'm gonna do my own thing. You know, I'm gonna keep my distance, isolate, internal isolation. You might have recently just isolated and now you're like barely even talking to this person. Like maybe you don't even talk to this person at all. And it's like definitely has disrupt. And I think they may have felt before you started isolating that maybe they had a little bit of control over the relationship. Like maybe they felt like you were also a follower and that you were following them as well again. But then it was like, nah, I'm okay. And it's like they're just so fucking flabbergasted and like taken back by like you not following them or like, listening to them or doing what they say. And it's like they are so their world has turned upside down because of it. Like they are like, and I think it's because they care a lot about your perception of them. And I think they now realize like they're like, this person isn't, listening to me, or this person isn't following me because they don't think they should follow me. They don't see me as the abnorable leader that everyone else does. What's wrong with me? Why am I? Maybe they don't even know how controlling this person is. Maybe they don't even realize how controlling they are. Maybe to them, I've heard this thing where like narcissists think that they're the only one. Like they're narcissists and they're controlling because they think that they know what's best for everyone, and they're worried that if they don't have the control, if they don't have the say, that everything's going to fall apart. And it's not that they they feel like all the weight is on their shoulders constantly, and that's what makes them feel at balance, is when all the decisions are, being made up to them. Like they feel better because they have the control over the decisions. But when it's not that, it's like they are in like a whirlwind of just their perception has been turned upside down about the whole situation. Like they're like shook. So with the Three of Swords, I think they see you as someone they can't control. And that frightens them a lot. I turned this upside upright. I think this is what they really hope for and really want. But I think you see them as someone, or they think you see them as someone who is a snake. Who's someone who, can't be trusted. Someone who, is just here, literally like strangle them. Like this snake is, preying on the mouse, basically. And they may think you see them that way, and you may see them that way. But I think all they really want, I think they're having a difficulties figuring out and reflecting on their dark aspects of themselves. Like I think they don't acknowledge that I think they only think that they are what's best and what's good. But in reality, they can't look in the mirror and realize that they're not perfect. And then they're not always to be the one that has the say. Like they think they put themselves on a pedestal highly, and I think it's because they have a possible fragile ego as well as a lack of control in the family household. Maybe their life is very controlled by other people, so they tend to control other people's lives. Which is something they need to reflect on. I think disruption of loving themselves. You may disrupt them from loving themselves because everyone else, kisses their ass, but you don't. And it's like the only opinion that matters to them is yours. And the fact that you don't kiss their ass is like, what's wrong with me? Why don't they kiss my ass? Like, what did I, like they're fucking shook. All right, let's pull some more cards. So let's ask specifically, are they going to think about you on the night of Halloween? And also, or were they thinking about you the night of Halloween? Because this could be, it depends on the time. 2, 3. What is crazy looking? We got King of Wands in reverse. So this could be yes internally, like they may have not mentioned you, but maybe like yes, deep down they thought about you. And it's like maybe not in the realm of their head. Like maybe the thought didn't pop up, but like because they've been suppressing it so much, like their feelings or the way they feel about you has been repressed so much that it's like they think about you constantly to the point where it's like they ignore it. And it's like screaming, but they've done it so much that it was like when they do think about you, it's like they block it out and they gaslight themselves to believe that they aren't thinking about you because that's what makes them feel more whole. Which is like I know is confusing, but that's just how I'm feeling about it. This could also be just a no that they're not thinking about you, and maybe we're so distracted with other things, and preoccupied that they were able to distract themselves that night. We have what more specifically were they thinking about? If not, like what like more? Oh, this came out. 10 of Cups. Okay, I think they were. I think they. I think they're thinking more specifically about their future, like who they want as a wife or a husband, how many kids they want, a life, the future that they could provide, a house, you know, the emotions into that. And I think they were either thinking that about you and like it's so much of that it's like so like I said, it's just subconsciously deep within it. That they like that's what they thought about, but they kind of just ignore it to keep themselves sane. Um which is not good if they're like obsessed about the whole situation and so crazy about it all because it's like very possessive kind of like the fact that this person's upset that you are, you know, can't be controlled by them is like, you know, is a little off-putting. Like they have a lot of reflection to be done before anything close to being in a, you know, 10 of Cups situation. But I think this person's definitely thinking a lot about the future and what the future holds when it comes to family life or finding a partner and having a house. Like they could see you as the ultimate someone like wifey material, like someone to husband material, someone to have a family with. And I think you are like I think you're more there than they are. Like I think they still have a lot to work on within themselves. They also may be thinking they may also be thinking about someone else. Um that may be my wifey material. So keep an eye out for that. It doesn't have to be the case. If it doesn't resonate, ignore that message. All right. More details. Let's see more specifically. Who specifically is that? Who are they thinking about having a family with? We have 5 of Wands came out. I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not know who the fuck, or I don't really know exactly what that card is. I think this is more about like, I think 5 of Wands is the fighter. Like, competition, fighting, competing. And I think they're trying to find waifu material. They could be thinking of many different options potentially for their perfect partner. They may also want people to fight over them, is what I'm getting. Wait, 5 of Wands. Let me, you know what? I'm gonna look it up. I said I wasn't going to, but I need to know. What the freak is this card? It says 5 of Wands. Where is it dang Wands? In the game of life, cheerful conflict is a competition. Yeah, that's what I said. Develop your skills by creating plenty of playtime in your daily routine. It can be exhausting and tricky, but well worth it. Okay, so yeah, conflict, competition. Deep down, they may want someone to fight over them, or they may want like people to fight over them, or they may think that they may want to fight for your connection because they may ultimately see it as a future potential, like actual like potential future with this person. And maybe that's why they're like deep down they're like I want to fight for this, but they're so afraid of heartbreak that they may really repress the urge of fighting for you. And I think they really like repress it because of how much you have isolated yourself from them. And they are seeing that as like a sign of like you don't want anything to do with them. And honestly, like I think that's you're in a good position. If that is what you're doing, I think that's good because I think it really makes them wonder and second guess their reality of like what it is to be controlling, what it is to be kind of like a narcissist. And I think they may really reflect. I think it will take some time. Obviously, like I said, I think they have a lot to reflect on, but I definitely think that's going to push them into the direction of reflection. Okay, next one we have is what did they do about it if they were thinking about you on the night of Halloween or are going to think about you? Like, what are they going to do after it? 2, 3. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So and then lastly, what do they want to do about it? 1, 2, 3. Ace of Swords. Aww. Oh, this actually kind of made this is gonna make me sad. Oh, like they're like all they want to do is fight for it, and like they're like, please, like, and they're like they want to what they want to do so bad is they want to fight to the very end for you. No matter the scars and bruises and pain they'll go through and the sadness they'll go through, until they fully are able to like have you as theirs, um their lover, you know, they want to so badly fight for you. Like they want to like fight for you so badly, and no matter like the cost, like they literally do not care if it kills them. Like they like really want to fight for it. And I think they deep down really want to, and they want a new beginning. Like they're willing to put up the fight, they're willing to start. Um no matter how long it takes them or no matter how strong it makes them. That like rhymed. Um and ultimately like till they win, and like once they have that prize, which is like you, they will like cry tears of joy. Like they're like they would be so happy. Um the thing is, like I said, I think this person really struggles with understanding that people aren't possessions. Um and you can't control the way people feel. If this person doesn't want to be with you, you have to accept that. And I think that's something they struggle with. Um yeah. So but I think this person's on the way of learning. with the Queen of Pentacles, so the Queen of Pentacles definitely talks of like the mother of abundance, like she is the highest power of the feminine. And there was like another thing of something specific within this reading about the goat. This reminds me of like Aries energy, because it's like the ram, and she's like sitting on the goat to like lean on, and maybe they, whoever this person is, wants to be able to support you. But I think they are going to do the opposite of that. And all the abundance will be... I think what they'll do is withdraw as well. And pull back as well. After this. Because I think this may be the fact that they're stuck, the fact that they're constantly thinking, the fact that their gut is constantly like yelling at them, thinking about this, you know, they're wifey material, just fight for them, that it's like they need to pull back. They are already exhausted, and it's like they need to they may feel like they need to let it go. Because I think they really believe that you don't want them. And it's by your actions, the lack of words being said. I don't think you show them anything. Like, I don't think you show any interest in them at all. And it maybe the only slight of interest is maybe you flirt with them a little bit, and or tease them or whatever. And maybe like once in a while, maybe you'll give them attention. And it's like when you do, it's like they feel like on top of the fucking world. And they're like, maybe things will be different, or maybe things will change, and maybe things can be different, you know, and they get more back into this controlling energy. And then it's like, then you're like, then you pull back because you're like, hey, like, stop trying to control me, you know? And then it goes back, and it's like, it's just like back and forth. It keeps happening. Okay, I'm already at 25 minutes. So, honestly, I think I'm going to leave it at there, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed. I think, yes. I think they are thinking about you subconsciously, but I think they repress it so much that it's like, they're not willing to admit it, and I don't think, they like gaslight themselves into believing that they don't think about you. Like, they want to be so strong, they don't want to, like, they don't want any weakness. They don't even want to think that they'll have any weakness. So, okay. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in one of my next readings. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile 3s. This will be your reading on, are they going to think about you, or were they thinking about you the night of Halloween? So, this is the deck we're going to be using, the Eternal Visions Tarot deck. So first we're going to pull 4 cards at the top. Usually, I already have every position written down of which each card means. So the first one is representing who they are, because we're first trying to figure out who they are as a person, where this section of the reading is going to be like figuring out who this person is to help you decide if this is your reading, and just more about this person. So who they are. 1, just saw the 3 swords pop out for a sec. 2, 3. We have 10 of Wands. Okay, how do they feel about you? 1, 2, 3. 8 of Cups. That's a pretty good card. How do they think you feel about them? 1, 2, 3. Strength in reverse. Okay, and lastly, how do they see the future with you? 1, 2, 3. Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay. Now let's pull an animal spirit card for a card that represents them. So let's shuffle this. One, 2. This card was trying to come out the moth. 3. Raccoon, earth sign in reverse. Okay. What are the emotions of this connection? Saw a bit of sadness. 1, 2, 3. Success. That's good. 1, 2, 3. How do they think they feel that you feel about them? Abundance in reverse. Okay, and then what is the future? An affirmator for the future. 1, 2, 3. Engagement. So this is a very good. This reading looks very well off. It seems like this is a good reading. I don't know why it took me so long to just spit that out, but so I'm doing this all based on intuition, right? So we're gonna talk about who this person is. Michael Myers is it Michael Myers? Oh, it was Jason that drowned in the river. So Michael Myers, I think it's just a like the whole movie of that is he on Halloween he like kills people. He's like a serial killer. I don't know what the tale is. I think he was like bullied or something. Something with his sister too. I think he like kills his family and then from that point on he just also murders people every Halloween or something. So I don't think that has anything to do with this reading besides maybe you guys watch the new movie that comes out on Halloween about Michael Myers. And other than that, maybe someone dresses up as Michael Myers on Halloween. So that's like significant to this reading. So we have the Ten of Wands representing who they are. I think they have a lot of burden on their back, maybe when it comes to their passions. I think the raccoon is someone who is like kind of a starving artist, and they could be a very artistic person that may struggle with whether it's their music, their art, getting like recognition or abundance from that. So this could also be like maybe this person is lacking creative freedom or creativity. I think they may have a lot of workload on their back, but like I think they're able to carry it through and keep working at it. Let's look a little bit more specifically on the raccoon in reverse. So the raccoon in reverse, it says competitive. Yeah, I said starving artist. Wow, my intuition is spot on. So I think they also may have a facade, like they like to picture or put out this facade that they are, you know, this wonderful artist that never struggles, but in reality it's like, hey, why do you need to, you know, fake or hide your struggles or fake who you are as a person? Like, be real, be yourself. And you don't need to pretend you are someone else. Like, be yourself and show people who you really truly are. Like, they may have like a alter ego where they're like they pretend to be someone else, which may cause them more issues because maybe they may have some insecurities when it comes to themselves, and maybe that's something that pertains. But other than that, like the Ten of Wands is like they work hard for their shit, like, and they don't give up. Like, they carry those tens, they carry those wands across the path, the ocean, the mountainous range. Like, they keep pushing through. Um, I think they're a very hardworking person, and I don't think they really get affected much with their struggle. Like they could be a very stable person. I think when it comes to maybe something specific, maybe with you, they could feel like a starving artist or be very competitive. But I think overall, they could be a steady person. Um, or maybe this is like they're putting a lot of work and hard effort into something that may not be providing much abundance right now. And they're staying competitive, they're working hard to keep fighting that fight. I talked 8 minutes just about that first section. Okay, next we have Eight of Cups. So Eight of Cups is not the Ten of Cups. It's not like the all be all ending. It's not like the family, card. Eight of Cups is like you are almost there. You're close to getting there. You have you may be dealing with a lot of emotions or I'm pretty sure the Eight of Cups is I think the Eight of Cups is good, a good card. Like you have a lot um and we have success too. Like I think this is supposed to be a positive card here where there is a lot of success coming towards this person. I think they may see you as a success. Like the relationship or the friendship didn't fail. It was successful. We have Leo energy here, so someone could be a Leo or have a Leo placement specifically. And I think more like the Eight of Cups, I think they have a lot of emotions towards you. Like there could be definitely a lot of like this just reminds me of like adventures or memories and like they're like sitting on the rock like looking back at all the memories or feeling the emotions. Um and they could be feeling very successful about this. The moon is making like it's kind of coming out. I mean, this is the sun and the moon, but this is coming out quite distinctively. And usually the moon is like, it could represent illusion, but I think this is more of like um the emotions, the feelings. Maybe you guys overcame like they're looking back to the past of what you guys overcame and it's like very successful and I feel like they feel very happy and they feel like they succeeded with whatever obstacles they may have faced. Like they're a hard worker, they look back and they're like, wow, like actually appreciating and being proud of what they were able to overcome. Like the mountains in the back are like the hard obstacles they had to overcome. Okay, how they think you feel. They may feel like they may think that you feel maybe very like weak or low or down, not really feeling strong in yourself, or maybe not feeling a lot of abundance coming to you. Maybe you feel very low, very lackluster, very dull, or just very weak. And that may have been what the obstacles have been in the past. Like maybe you're on the way of recovering from those things, but maybe they still feel a part of you is still struggling with that. I think, or I asked, how do they think you feel about them? So they may think that you think they are weak or that they have nothing to provide for you. Maybe you are constantly asking for more or asking for more abundance, more things, and maybe they felt like, you were always asking for more, or that maybe they didn't feel good enough, or maybe they felt weak or lackluster or not good enough, not strong enough. And I think that may have been something they struggled with in the past, but I think this is slowly being resolved. Maybe there could be more done in order for this feeling, in order for them to believe that they are good enough fully. I think they do feel like they're a success, but I think also they still feel like they're not good enough for you. And I think this, you may need to help them overcome that belief with your actions. Maybe complimenting them more on the things they do for you, or appreciating the things they do for you more, and maybe not always asking for something else. So that could be something. And then lastly, the Ace of Cups in reverse. There could definitely be, they may see a struggle, a bit of a struggle in the future when it comes to emotions or expressing their emotions. There could be another challenge, obviously, that comes, but I think they know that that's just how life is, and every relationship, whether it's friendship or a relationship, there's always going to have its difficult hardships, and they may feel like in the future there's going to be, some more sad emotions or more obstacles to overcome, or I think this is like more specifically lack of communication about emotions, or lack of love, maybe. Like maybe you guys will struggle with loving each other or finding love for each other again. And I don't think you'll lose the love. It's more about like building back the love together again. And but I think they overall see it as a successful outcome, because they do see engagement. And I think it's also like the thing I think specifically that you guys are going to work on and find more love is the love for yourselves, self-love, needing to find love for yourselves first, and that could bring more love to the both of you. And like the more you love yourself, the more you could love someone else. And it's like that's what you guys are both going to be working on, but then also bring back into your relationship. Whether it's friendship or relationship. We have engagement here. I think they really do see a future with you. Like they see that you guys could conquer anything. Like, and maybe what you've overcame already wasn't that, drastic, but like seeing and appreciating that you guys were able to be successful over these obstacles in the past, and seeing that it was, something that could be overcome. They see this as like a forever partner. Like you guys could work anything out, and talk and sit together, think, maturely about it. And even though you have difficult times, you're able to still talk about how you feel, but also, go on a picnic, eat wine and relax and comfort each other, and talk things out. Like you don't really let things stop you from working things out, like working out things together, working on each other. Okay, now let's see what else we could say. I've been already talking about this for 15 minutes, so maybe we could get through this. So first we're gonna ask is, are they going to think about you on the day of Halloween? What exactly are they going to be thinking about? Or it's basically a question, are they thinking about you the day of Halloween, the night of Halloween? So we got Six of Swords. This could be a no. Let's ask more specifically, what if not if they aren't thinking about you, what are they thinking about? 1, 2, 3. Ace of Wands. They could be thinking about their passions. Maybe they get distracted and start thinking about their other passions that they're thinking, like working on, like their hobbies, um or trying to get back on track and not be such a starving artist. They could be definitely very distracted maybe on Halloween and find a creative outlook. We have some more detail about that was Knight of Swords. Maybe more specifically, maybe they are hanging out with their friends. Maybe they're hanging out with or have more conflict about something else going on. That maybe they're just distracted. I think they're so stable with you and so structured and confident within you that it's like they don't have to worry about constantly thinking about you 24/7. Like they think about you and you do cross their mind and they love you and they care for you, but it's like they are structured and maybe there's something else going on right now currently, that they maybe some conflict specifically with an air sign or some drama, or they're hanging out with their friends, doing some passionate action with their friend like playing video games or doing some arts and crafts or just hanging out with their friend. We also have the Magician. This is supposed to come out for what are they gonna do about it afterwards? The Magician is like, what are they gonna do about it after thinking about you? And the fact that they're not thinking about you right now is like, I don't think this is going to come because of not thinking about you. I think maybe thinking about other things and having some distance or just having their own life and focusing on their own life for a bit, like any normal healthy relationship does, that they'll be able to reflect on this and be like, okay, like time to bring more love and abundance into this time. We also have the Hermit card just came out. My whole deck just like split in half and fell out of my hand, which that has never happened to me before, so I feel like this is significant. We have the Virgo card, the Hermit. So someone could be a Virgo. They could be a Virgo specifically in the Magician planet. I forgot what planet the Magician represents, but they could have a Virgo placement in that. The Hermit talks about isolation, or just withdrawing and like self-reflection and like looking within. And I think they maybe in this time apart, where they're not really thinking about you on Halloween, maybe they'll do some self-reflection on Halloween, and maybe that will bring more abundance after Halloween. A little bit, maybe it's more fun and more something. They'll bring more abundance into this. Maybe more effort, maybe more love, or I keep getting abundance. Just like we have reverse abundance, and then like the infinity, that sign just in general is abundance. Like they have everything under their belt, the emotions, the finances, the abundance, the passion, the fiery passion, and the structure, as well as like the communication and fighting for something. They have like everything in their belt, and I think it will bring them back on track. Like I think this is something they need like weekly, is like, they hang out with you, they spend time with you, and right now you guys may have had difficult times in the past, and now it's like, okay, now things are better, we were able to pass over them, now things are getting more stable, more structured, I see a future with this person. There's going to probably be another fight or two, a couple fights in the future, just like every relationship, we're going to have our fights, but it's okay, we can move forward. And then it's like on Halloween, they may not think about you. They're kind of just focusing on maybe their craft, their arts and craft, their passions, their hobbies. Maybe like because the Ace of Wands is in reverse, maybe the lack of. Maybe they'll join a hobby or start something new or start doing something else that will bring more fun and structure into their life. And maybe it's with a friend or someone that they may have conflict with, and with that will bring more abundance. They'll have everything under their belt to be more successful, to have a better future, and like this is what they are going to do. And I think they may also want to do what they want to do is maybe do some more self-reflection. Okay. Now let's just pull some messages. We can ask more specifically, and then we'll pull some more messages, and then we'll be done with the reading. So, are they going to be thinking about pile 3 on Halloween? I think it's a no, but 2. Not in your destiny. So I don't think they're going to be. And then we had it reverse. Yes. So maybe like, no. I'm pretty sure it's a no. Okay, and then because I don't think there will be anything that may cause them to start thinking about. They may wonder like what you're up to, but I don't think they'll be going into much depth about it. Okay, let's see. What are some things that they would like to say to pile 3? We have long hair. They could have long hair, or you could have long hair. Maybe their hair is getting longer. Like it's gotten to a pretty long point. 2 lashes done. Maybe they have really nice lashes, or maybe someone's getting their lashes done. Maybe that's like their hobby or something that they're preoccupied with. 2, 3. We have V, W, X, Y, and Z names. Those could be like people's names, someone's name, of a friend or someone they may be in competition with. We also have look at your third last photo taken and focus on that. I'm going to put another card over that just because I just saw the answer is no. I'm going to put a card over that. 2, 3. I love how mature you are. That's a very nice card. We love that. I'm actually gonna put that over there. They could really idolize how mature you are. We have wrong path. That could be like maybe they're focusing a little bit too much on the past, and I'm wearing a mask with you. Maybe someone is not being truly authentic to them. Maybe they feel like you may judge them, and maybe they need to do some more self-reflection on their insecurities and realize like, be yourself, boo-boo. Like, be yourself. Okay, I think that's all I have for you, pile 3. You could check out another pile or check out any of my other videos. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please give this video a like and consider subscribing. Alright, thank you so much. I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile 4s. If you chose this pile, I felt called to use Tarot of Sexual Magic. So this person could definitely be fucking thirsty for you off the bat. So if you chose this pile, now you know. We're gonna see who this person is, talk about who this person is, and then we'll jump right into it. This is going to be intuitive based, so everything I say is going to be based off of my own intuition. I'm going to be trying hard not to look at what the cards mean and just do it off of my intuition. So, first card we're going to ask is who they are, like a card that represents who they are as a person. We have the Saw. Basically, the Saw is like jigsaw puzzles. I think it's called Jigsaw, like is his name. and he sets up traps. He's the jigsaw. Like, he makes games. He traps people until they play the games. It's like, and like even in this is play a game. So this is giving me like fuckboy energy. Someone who you may hit it and quit it with, or there could be like it's a game, possibly a game right now. So let's see how it is. Like, who is this person? Let's see a card that represents this person. So we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. How does this person feel about you? 1, 2, 3. 2 of Swords. 1, 2, 3. This is supposed to represent how they think you feel about them. 9 of Wands. And then lastly, how they see the future with you. 2, 3. 3 of Swords. Oof. Yeah. I was getting that energy. Okay. By the way, I have my iced tea in a cup. It'd be tasty. All right, let's ask a little bit more specifically. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Sorry. Of who this person is. Who are they? Who are they really? Getting like trickster. We have Swan. That's actually a pretty good card. The Swan is a nice card. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. We keep getting like 3 of Swords energy in the future. We got that for the first one. Or no, the second one. Second pile 2. If you want to check out pile 2, you may want to, because we have a similar thing going on here. Then let's see. What are the emotions of this connection? What are the emotions they feel towards you? And then what are the emotions they think you feel towards them? First 1, 2, 3. Stop. Stop inviting them. Interesting. 1. Growth and protection came out. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Now let's put an Affirmator, because, you know, the future is about being positive, not about being negative. So let's see. 1, Jesus Lord. 2, you guys could be very goofy with each other. 3, forgiveness, forgiving them. Ooh. Interesting. All right, let's hop into it. So, my beautiful pile 4s, what I'm getting. This person could be like a ray of sunshine to you. They are very warm. The 3 of Pentacles, I believe that is frick. What is, I think the 3 of Pentacles is like you don't have much money. And I think that's like possibly the people pleasing, where it's like you give everything, you have 3 quarters, right? And then someone passes by that may be on, you know, maybe needing it, or you may see is going through a hard time, and then you give your money away, and then it's like, and there's like a bunch of different people that you just keep giving your money away, and it's like now you have nothing left. I think that's what the Three of Pentacles represents. It's like people pleasing, but also like not saving your money. It's like, or even like possibly gambling, or not giving too much away, not staying, keeping some peace of mind and structure for yourself and abundance for yourself. It's like the bunch of it is getting given away. I think that's what it is in Three of Pentacles in reverse. So they could be possibly a people pleaser. We also have water sign. They could be a water sign also, and the swan could possibly represent them. So with the swan is like basically the light and shadow aspect of a person, where they are both in connection and flow with each other. It's like they are good at with their higher self, as well as understanding their shadow aspects, and like they could look in a mirror and not have shame, not have guilt. They love themselves inside and out, and they're very, comfortable with themselves. And I think they could possibly struggle with people pleasing, and maybe that's when they may have shame or may have guilt, or maybe when they become insecure about their shadow aspects, to the point where they end up people pleasing because of it. And maybe that's something that they are working on right now, or learning to work through. Sorry. And I think it's because it comes from one person that's making them feel that way. I think without the person, they are they're like divinely protected and structured, but for some reason this person keeps getting wrapped up in their head and wrapped up in their mind, of like, this is like, the swan is structured and flowing through the water and like fine, but then it's like a thought pops in their head of like them kissing someone, or like having warmth, or this person being their warmth and love, and then it's like the freaking swan is like, oh shit, and just like falls over a little bit. It was like, oh my god, like off balance or off track, and it's like, fuck, get that shit out of my head. So I think that's something with that. It's like they lose themselves a bit, and all they built for themselves when this person comes into play. And I think it's because this person breaks down the love you started to, or the love they started to build for themselves. I think you guys may mirror, but then again, because this is supposed to be them, so you could be the person that makes them feel off balance. Like they may feel like you are the idea in the head that fucks up their self-worth. Maybe they feel like you like didn't treat them right, or you're just a trick, or you just want to play games or something. And it's like, so they love themselves, they're structured without you, but then once you become a thought in their head, or once you somehow come out of the blue again or text them, it's like they fucking fall down the stairs. Like that one like that one meme where it's like, I've fallen, or the person just like has a bowl of soup and like just fucking hits into the wall, like falls down the stairs. I think you know which one I'm talking about. And then with this is how they feel about you is, I think they feel stuck. With the Two of Swords, the original tarot is like this woman who has a blindfold on, and she's indecisive, or has a dilemma where she has two horrible decisions to choose, to the point where she doesn't want to choose either. And I think this person's feeling quite stuck about how they feel about you. And I think they're really trying to trick themselves into believing that they don't have feelings for you. To the point where it's like, stop thinking about that, stop thinking about that, stop. And they keep telling themselves, stop thinking about that, stop inviting them in, stop inviting that thought in, stop. Like, they just like, okay, we had enough now. It's done. Okay, let's let it go now. Especially inviting you in, the thoughts of you in. And I think more specifically, because this is what inviting, like inviting, the gestures of inviting, I think this person may want to, or has had thoughts about, um, showering you in gifts like flowers, shoes, swords, fancy swords, hats, um, just like everything and anything. Like they just like they get happy, like, you know, giving gifts, putting the gift in your face. Oh, smell the roses. Like, are you happy with what I got you? Like, just showering you in like gifts, and just wants to, like, you know, they want to show with their actions, with their, you know, gift giving, how much they love you. And it's like they really, they'll have a thought about doing something for you, and then at right immediately it's like their body's like, no, don't do that, you're just gonna look stupid, or it's just a game, they're just here to play a game, it's not real. um yeah, so they definitely are reluctant. I think they think you see them as someone who, I think this is whispering. No, I don't know. Okay, this card I'm gonna look up. I know I said I wasn't gonna look it up, but I lied. Okay. So, Nine of Wands. Bitch, where you at? Nine? Caressing. Hugging. Okay. Caressing. Caress. Nine of Wands in reverse. I think we literally had, or no, it was Ten of Wands. Nine of Wands. I think Nine of Wands is fighting, competition. That's like another card that I'm not quite sure about. You know what? I'm going to look it up with this deck real quick. Their definitions are a little bit off, but that's what I have. So let's see. Nine of Wands. Reverse. Failure, defensive, hesitation, and paranoia. Ooh. Okay, so they may think. I think they see you as a. They could see you as someone, like, if things were to not fail, if things were to work out, they could see you as someone who's very touchy feely, lovey dovey, like caressing them, rubbing their chest, hugging them, sitting on their lap, um, you know, staring into each other's eyes, ignoring whatever's going on in the background, having a deep, loving conversation, um, just like distracted within each other's like presence. Like you guys are just like in your own fucking world, and they may like, but in reality, like that's like their dream world, the dream world, and I think that's like what they think you think it is. um I think they subconsciously also think that you like them. Like a part of them is like, I believe that they like me too. Like I don't think it's just one way. But then the rest of them is like, they don't like you, or like trying to like convince, oh no, you're not good enough, or You know, they kind of like beat themselves up a bit. And I think it's like the both of you do that. Like I feel like that's mirrored like a lot. Um and it's not even about like whether like I think you both want the satisfaction of knowing whether that person liked you or liked you back, but it's like you guys are stopping yourselves from it ever getting to that point of knowing, because you know if you do end up getting to that point and finding out, you don't know where to go from there. Like it's like a scary thought that you're like, let's not even go there. Let's just, run away from it and protect my inner peace. So I think they think you are growing and also protecting yourself from them. And I think they see it as like it's kind of like a diss. Like I think they think you are, growing without them and protecting yourself from them. And maybe they're like, "Damn, am I just like, a fucking monster? Like they have to like protect themselves from me?" Like but they also are like, yeah, they're right. They should protect themselves from me because I'm not good enough, or I wouldn't treat them right, and like they may think they may beat themselves up about it. But also, like, if they're not happy with that, they could fucking grow up and learn and stop playing games, and learn how to treat a lady. But I think I think it will take time. I think they will. I think they're also maybe mainly focused on more about respect rather than like um because of their ego, they're like afraid to be looked at as the simp, or you know the loser, or the guy that fell so hard for a girl and then got rejected. Like they are so afraid of that because of their sensitive ego, and I think it's because they're very insecure about that topic specifically, because maybe they were rejected in the past and it's like very crippling to their sense of self, which is very understandable and it's like completely valid. But I think they need to realize that they need to let that go and understand um, you putting yourself out there, and there's a balance. I always say this about everything. There's a balance. You could be a simp and also respect yourself. You can, put yourself out there, be like, hey, by the way, I like you and I want things to move on from here. Um, but if you don't feel things for me or you don't want anything from me, I'm not gonna chase after you. I'm not gonna beg you. And I'm not gonna people please you. I want you to be straightforward with me, communicate with me, tell me how it is, and move from there. And that's something that that person struggles with tremendously. And I think it's just because they're very afraid of looking like a fool. But anyways, I think with you specifically, um, they, um, I think they definitely, I think they think you are into them as well, but you're keeping your distance. You're doing the same thing as them because you aren't like you're respecting yourself. You're growing within yourself, and you see that this is not worth it, and you may be happy with someone else, or someone else may be in your eye or something. Um, it may not be the case. Maybe you're just working on yourself, working on your own things. With the future, so we have the Three of Swords in the future. The way they see the future with you is heartbreak. Like I said with the second pile, I'm not gonna like connect the two, but the second pile also got the Three of Swords. So I'm definitely seeing like heartbreak, heartache, betrayal, possibly. More specifically with the Three of Swords in this deck. Let's see what it says for the Three of Swords. Specifically, it says pinching. It's interesting that they say that and then they depict like kind of a 3-person scenario. But they could definitely see an ending of a relationship coming, or they just see like this never working out and like they need to reflect on what it is, or you need to like talk things out and really understand and decide whether to stay or to go. And I think they inevitably see this relationship being a heartbreak relationship. Just because they see it that way doesn't mean that is the truth. I think they also. You guys could be very flirty people. Maybe you guys like were friends, or maybe you guys just knew of each other, and maybe you guys were very flirty to other people, and maybe that's the way you see both of each other. It's very flirty. Many people want you, many people desire you, and it's like they are like, it would be so annoying and aggravating to have to deal with the many people that want you because I want you all to myself. I think also they may be afraid that you would leave them for someone else because they may not feel like they're good enough for you. We have forgiveness. I think an affirmator, in order to work through the future, is they may have repressed anger because maybe they really liked you and maybe they caught you flirting with someone else, or maybe you guys kind of like constantly were flirting with other people to the point where it was like you guys kind of, you never talked about it because you're like, oh, you're not mine, I can't be like, hey, don't talk to them. But it kind of grew like a repressed anger towards that person because you're like, that person's so flirty, they just flirt with everyone, like, oh, they're such a f-boy, or they just do that with everyone, it doesn't matter, it doesn't mean anything with me. And it's like, maybe you need to communicate, build on that forgiveness, and maybe learn to forgive them for those actions, in order to work towards the future of not having a heartbreak, and understanding each other's boundaries and setting boundaries of on like, if we're gonna be in this together, we need to be loyal to each other, and work on that. So yeah, so let's now move on to, are they thinking about you Halloween night? 1, 2. We got the Lovers. Okay, I definitely think this is a yes confirmation. I think they are definitely thinking about you the night of Halloween. What exactly are they thinking about specifically? 1, 2, 3. 8 of Wands. It's a nice card. Okay, and then I think we have 9 of Wands and we have 8 of Wands. That's interesting. So let's see what else more specifically. Give us some more details about what specifically they're thinking about. We have the King of Cups in reverse. Okay. King of Cups worries me a bit in reverse. If it was upright, I'd feel better about it, but the fact that it's in reverse worries me a little bit. I'll talk more about that. And then, what are they going to do after? Like, what are they going to do to take action? Like, are they going to take action? What are they going to do to take action after thinking about you on the night of Halloween? 2, Right? Like what's gonna happen after? Oh my god. Knight of Swords in reverse. I think they're definitely fucking kinky as hell. Oh my god. Okay. And what would they want to do? 2, 3. Judgment in reverse. Okay. So, I don't really know what the difference is between the 8 of Wands and the 9 of Wands, and I think I should probably look that up. They may feel like, I think the 9 of Wands was failure, right? Wasn't it like failure, disappointment, or something? They could feel like this relationship was just never meant to be, even though they want it so badly. But like for some reason things are just never lining up to work out. Failure, defensive, hesitation, paranoia. I think they think I'm back on this card. I think they think you are paranoid about this connection. Like I think they think you like them too, but they think you think deep down that it's not worth it and that you need to protect yourself away from them. And I think they also think you think it's just going to fail, or you have a lot of hesitation towards them, or you're very paranoid about them. And they could tell that you're like, not sure about them either. The Lovers is a very great, it's a great card. That's like, the Lovers. That's like, a very sweet card to get off the bat. I definitely think that they were thinking about you. I think they're thinking about the relationship they may have with you, or uniting the relationship they have with you, or the harmony. It's kind of interesting that we have the Lovers and it's like 2 women next to this guy. And like I said, I think the both of you may have a lot of other options. And I think they may like be near other women, or other women may like try to throw themselves at them, or other options may try to like, you know, seduce them on the night of Halloween. But I think like the Cupid has shot that them with an arrow for you to be with them. And it's like, even though there's these people around them, even though there's these other options, like all they can think about is you. Like they just can't like forget about you. The 8 of Wands is action, balance, change, and productivity. So, what more specifically is taking action towards you? They may be thinking of how they could, come after you. What could they do to take action? What could they do to change the direction that it's heading? What could they do to be more productive towards this connection? What could they do to find more of a healthy balance with you? Find more structure with the. I think 8 of Wands represents taste, like tasting. So more specifically, when it comes to sex, savoring the taste of you. That's usually what I think of whenever I see this card. So 9 of Wands. Oh, it's 8. Savoring. Yeah, savoring the taste. Or savoring you. I just thought of swallowing you. Oh my god. So, and like savoring like the way you like your kiss tasted. You know, like I don't know, like savoring not it that could be something maybe in the future, but I think they definitely are savoring you. Um they're like locking you up in their little locket and keeping you there in their mind and savoring your memory, thinking about you, thinking about maybe this person's always trying to do action, take action, do something for the lady. And the lady's just, relaxed, calm, laying down, very, sensual, peaceful, relaxed. And this person's like, let me do the work for you. Let me do the work for you, love. Like, let me do it for you. They could definitely be someone who does acts of service or gift giving for you. Sorry, you can't even see the pictures. So that could be something they're thinking about on like how to take action towards you. With the King of Cups here, this is to do more detail. So this is something you should be aware of, and maybe this is something they need to realize that this is not the way to go about it. Is I think they feel very stuck at where it's heading and where it's at, that their last resort is to like possibly try to manipulate you. So, or try to trick you into being with them. Um, Intolerance. So, they may try to like, maybe they'll end up being very nice to you or like put on this facade. Like, I don't think it's like, I mean, we do have the Saw character, which freaks me out a little bit, but I think it's not harmful manipulation, or like you may definitely want to keep an eye on it, and like I think deep down you're very paranoid of this person, because you could definitely be feeling like red flags, and I think you're right. I do think this person has red flags, and I don't think you should fall into this trap or fall into this manipulation, but I definitely think they are going to try and like convince you or try to like put on this facade of how wonderful of a person they are, or try like treating you very nicely, or they may be very nice to you, maybe constantly feed you compliments or just be very nice, like very very nice of a person towards you, because they want you to like, maybe they'll tell you everything you want to hear because they just want you to fall in love with them. And maybe not be so afraid to try the connection with them. But you should never try to manipulate or, trick your partner. Like, you should be authentic right off the bat. What's not meant to be there won't happen, and that's something this person needs to realize. Like, this is not the right way to go about it. You should be authentically yourself. And they may also not do it like realizingly. Like, they may just do it because they're afraid to be themselves around you, to the point where they are like somebody else, someone else really nice and high and mighty that you could easily fall in love with and romanticize. And then like, once they have you, then it's like, okay, now let me show you my authentic self. Me, I'm a fucking goofball. But yeah, so just keep an eye on that. We also have dependency. They may show like they're not dependent, but they may be very dependent, codependent, to the point where it's like the other person is not allowed to have another life, and like their own life, and that might be another red flag that you may want to pay attention to. With the Knight of Swords, so they could be very dominant, in the bedroom. I think what they're planning on doing, this just gives me like they just want to fuck you, like they just want to go for it, like Oh my god, I just thought of like messaging you and like DMing you being like, hey, like, you wanna hang out? I don't know. Jeez, bro. I don't know like why I just they may like out of nowhere be like, hey, like, do you wanna hang out? You wanna go for lunch? See where that heads, where that leads us? Like, and then like it just like, like you guys just been dying for things to escalate. That it's like they just finally fucking just take complete action to like, hey, let's go out to lunch. They take the initiative. They could be very dominant. I think they maybe like pulling your hair. They may like your ass. They may be very into kinky shit, like whips. I think I don't know if that's bondage. Let me see. Let me see real quick. Knight of Swords. Taming, bro. 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 Bro, this is a little bit of a red flag. Taming you. Trying to tame you. You're like the beast they need to tame. Possibly put in its place. Ooh, and like I don't think it's a bit of a red flag because it's like you can't control the other person. Like stop trying to like change or tame the person. Like let them be themselves, you know? And it's like they may try to manipulate you in order to tame you and control you. Um and it literally says like hunting an old is an old age sport. It ends, justifying the means, but today's prey will be tomorrow's hunter, and vice versa. Like you guys maybe change the roles in that. I don't know. Like that's I'm fucking shook with that card. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know. I what I'm definitely getting though is coming after you, hunting for you, taking action, and maybe like aggressive action. Like I don't know. I don't know. I do not know, man. I do not know. You may want to keep an eye on that. I really don't think I think this person has it all wrong when it comes to it could be just that's how they feel in the bedroom, maybe like maybe they're going to take action to like fuck you. Like they're going to take action to like fuck the shit out of you soon. But like I don't know, man. It's a little bit intense for me. It's a little bit worrisome. I think it's because it's just driving them insane and they're just like, let's fucking do it. Let's get it over with. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. You could figure that shit out yourself. I'm gonna move on to the judgment card. So judgment. It says love at first sight in reverse. I think maybe you guys took a while to figure out that you guys were interested in each other. Maybe you guys weren't interested in each other in the beginning. You guys maybe were just like friends or just knew of each other. You're kind of like, whatever. And then like maybe things, situations, your paths like linked up to the point where then you started to like grow more feelings. And then you're like, wow, I actually really like this person, and yeah. So Judgment. Let's see what it says in the original tarot. Self-doubt, rejection, blockage, stagnation. I think what they want to do is, I think, is stop this madness. Like, they want to stop the way they feel and stop pursuing it, but I think they're going to do it anyways. And that goes to show possibly the lack of control they have over themselves. And even that could be like a red flag, because it's like they can't control themselves, you know, like what is it gonna be like if we're in a relationship, you know? Can't control themselves. That's like you know. Yeah. I don't know, just these two cards being next to each other are like, I don't know, you know, like, a little bit. Let me see. Knight of Swords. Let me just look it up again. Knight of Swords? Yeah, Knight of Swords. Weak, unreliable, impatient, disorganized. So they could definitely be on and off again too. Like, what they'll end up doing is they may be very direct and aggressive, like coming after you, and then after they may pull back. They'll be very constantly inconsistent. Like, they may feel weak again or not as confident as they were the other day, and then it's like unreliable, or they're impatient, like, or they may come up and be like, let's go on a date, and then, or let's go get some lunch, let's catch up, and then it's like, hey, you didn't tell me a time. Like, when are we, you know, being a little bit impatient? So, yeah, I think that's all I have for you, pile 4. I'm sorry that this was a little bit crazy energy we had here, but I really don't think the best advice I could give you about this whole situation: do not do not, do not act impulsively. Trust me, acting impulsively will lead you into a bunch of consequences and freaking trouble you're gonna get into. Think thoroughly. Give yourself at least 2 days to think about the decision you're going to make. Okay? So if this person asks you on a date and you're like, I don't really know if I should go or not, think thoroughly. Write down, you know, the red flags, write down how you feel about this person, write it all down. Make sure that is the decision you want to make, and what will come after. What will be the consequences to the action you make? Write that down too. Do not act impulsively. The decision does not have to be made right now at this very moment. Be patient. Wait. Because sometimes too, things that you may not know will surface, will come up, will show you, be like, hey, by the way, this also happened. And then you may be like, damn, now I know not to go out to dinner with this freaking, you know, person. Anyways, okay, thank you so much. We're at 4 for 4 for 4. 4 for 4. Can I get a 4 for 4? Yeah, burger. Okay, we are leaving. Goodbye. Hello, my beautiful pile 5s. Welcome, my Freddy Krueger fans. We got Elm Street. I think this is Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger on Elm Street. That boy. Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay, so we are going to figure out, are they thinking about you on the night of Halloween? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, we are done here. Goodbye. I'm just kidding. Let's see. So let's pull a card that represents who this person is. Let's shuffle first. This deck is so, like, lightweight. Okay. Who are they? One. Who's this person? This is to help you understand whether this is your pile or not. Two. Okay, we got 6 of bottles. So 6 of cups. Here. We also have the lovers underneath that. Interesting. Okay. It could be a Gemini. So next we have how do they feel about you? 1, 2. I just saw friend. Friend came out, but it was like it flipped over again. 1, 2. Oh, we got 5 of knives. 5 of swords. I'm probably gonna have to look these up because I have no idea what these are. Okay, how do they think you feel about them? 1, 2. Knight of cigarettes. That is Knight of wands. And then lastly, how do they see a future with you? Like, what is the future of this connection? You have 8 of knives in reverse. Okay. Now let's pull an animal card. 1. Oh, crocodile came out. Water sign. They could definitely be a water sign. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Let's see the emotions of this connection. 1. We have balance. We have faith. You may have no faith in them. Or you may have faith within them deep down. Okay. And then affirmators. What is the potential, the future potential? Something nice that we could bring into this connection. How to fix things. 2, 3. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3. Forgiveness. Yeah, I definitely think they may feel like you are done with them and may have no faith in them. But I think they may see a potential of recovery. Okay, let's look up the cards because you girl do not know these. And I know I was supposed to use my intuition, and I've been trying these last couple readings, but it's been a little bit hard. I don't know why I'm talking like that. I think I'm just freaking tired, and I'm acting like an actual crackhead. Oh my god, I'm such a crackhead. Crocodile. Resting, submerging, collecting energy, cooling off. This person could be very, very, I don't know why, just like, girl. That came out, but with the crocodile, it says resting, submerging, collecting energy, and cooling off. This person could be, there could have been a lot of heat directed their way or conflict shit going on, and now they're just like kind of cooling off, trying to collect themselves, collect their energy back, and move forward. So it says they could be definitely be finding more wisdom, finding more patience, being a silent powerhouse. Like I just thought of like a silent killer. Like they are possibly finding more silence to them and more patience within them. Waiting, patiently waiting, working things out. Possibly working on themselves. Let's see, 6 of bottles. The freak. It says anxiety, oblivion, fatigue. They could be very tired. They could be maybe napping all day. Maybe they're kind of depressed, to be honest. They could be very tired, very quiet, anxiety inducing. Maybe they have a lot of anxiety. when they're around you, or just in general, they could be anxiety induced person to the point where they're very quiet, very fatigued. With the Five of Knives, we have strength, defense, benefits. I think the way they feel, they could be very defensive about you. Maybe trying to find rebalance within themselves. Maybe they feel like they did you wrong, or they've hurt you in the past, and maybe they're trying to find balance again. Try to like maybe forgive themselves, or they could be very defensive as well about you. I think maybe trying to find the strength to move forward, and find the benefits of maybe why things didn't work out, or maybe they gained a lot of benefits from you to the point where they're like, wow, I have nothing now, and maybe they're trying to find more balance towards that. With the Knight of Cigarettes, so Knight of Wands, we have escaping from reality and faith. So it says mystery, enthusiasm, escaping from reality in reverse. So how they think you see them is possibly like a fantasy world mentality. Like you see them as a this is like in reverse. So this is making me think of more negatively, like they may have no you may have no faith. They may see you as someone who thinks they have like you have no faith in them, and that you don't like, you think they're like crazy. Like literally like you just like maybe like even depict them as being a bad person, or um and they may feel like you're escaping reality about it, or about them. Like, yeah. We'll get more into that. I'm not really quite sure exactly what that means, to be honest. Eight of Knives, we'll get more into that. I think it could also be a message that maybe you put them on a pedestal, and like you see them you see very highly of them, which I don't think is the case, just because it's a reverse. Like, Knight of Eight of Knives. Wait a dang. Okay, Eight of Knives. Abyss, falselyhood, detrimental effect. So yeah, I definitely think they feel like, I think you both feel like you've been stabbed in the back. And I think this person, I think they think you see them as like basically a freaking messed up person. Like you just see them as the bad guy, as the criminal, as the, Freddy Krueger. And they could definitely be feeling also stabbed in the back by you as well. Very hurt. Very, maybe something recently just came out. Some gossip or something that maybe has hurt them deeply. And honestly, like, I think it's because I think they hurt you in the past, and I think they realize they maybe were trying to work towards being a better person, but like you weren't aware of that because they never made the effort to like, apologize to you or like do anything. They were kind of just like kept their distance, and then maybe some news about them has came out that you maybe shared about who they are as a person, and maybe they feel stabbed in the back as well. And now it's like both of you guys are facing detrimental hurt or decline. we're feeling like this emptiness, this void. We also have falsehood, lies. Maybe there's going to be lies in the future. Maybe this person's going to lash out and try to. I don't think they're going to lash out because it says a silent powerhouse, but maybe they are going to in the future once they find out about this, which I don't think. I think if they do, then just stop from there. Don't chase after them because the more you come after them, the more it's going to get worse and worse, and it's just not going to stop. Um, and until you both are hurting, I think you should just let this person, go focus on yourself. If they want to be a nasty person and keep, um, reaching the newest low of how petty they could get, let them. Don't be that person. The only actions that you can pay attention to and change and focus on are your own, not someone else's. Um, I think the best thing that could possibly fix this connection would be forgiveness, forgiving each other. I obviously forgiveness sometimes. Oh my god. So it's 10:30 right now, like PM, and also the date is 10:30. So that's kind of crazy. That could be a date that's significant. Maybe that day something happens, 10:30. Um like today or something, like, cuz this won't be posted till probably later, so maybe that day something happened. So yeah, maybe there's gonna be lies, and it doesn't matter even if there's lies. Let it go. Like, if it happens, whatever. It's not true. The lies aren't true. Let them tell lies. Let them spread lies. Whoever believes them isn't there for you. Whoever doesn't are there for you. And that's just, maybe it was good that things happened because then you'll see who's on your side and who's not. Also, finding forgiveness, forgiving each other, finding forgiveness for that other person, for yourself, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to move on and let them go. Okay, let's pull some more. Are they going to be thinking about you on the night of Halloween? We have King of Cigarettes in reverse. So King of Wands in reverse. And we have the Sun too in reverse. For what specifically are they thinking about? Maybe something more detailed related. We have Three of Bottles, Three of Cups. Three of Cups is a pretty nice card. So I don't know in this deck what it means though. What are they going to do after thinking about you? What action is going to be taken? We have Friend. They may try to be your friend again. Maybe they'll find forgiveness for you. Maybe this hurt that you caused them might realize that they need to forgive you, because they realized how much they've hurt you. That maybe they'll try to be your friend again and try to work things out with you again. Obviously, it's up to you whether you want to accept that or not, but maybe they're on a path of growing. So let's see the future of this connection, or what do they want to do? 2, 3. Queen of Cigarettes, Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, so it's all in reverse, which is a little bit worrisome because usually what the people in reverse aren't the greatest depictions. King of Cigarettes is thoughtfulness, simplicity, and isolation. So they may be isolating themselves on the night of Halloween. They may not go out, they may not party. They may just think about have a lot of thought about maybe reaching out to you, or maybe someone will bring it up to them and be like, hey, maybe you should make up with this person, and maybe they will take action. Or it could be maybe they are going to go out and party the entire night and maybe not even think about this. So I guess you could look at their social media and see what it is, which option is it. But I think at some point they're going to possibly make the move on to apologize or reach out about the situation. So we have the sun, pacification, merging with nature, and oblivion. We keep seeing oblivion. What the frick does oblivion even mean? If one of you guys want to leave a comment down below what oblivion means, I think of like evaporation, like something just dying into oblivion, like nothing left is there. It's just like gone. It's like the lack of sun and everything just like disintegrates. So the sun could be like, what more specifically is like, they could be thinking more specifically of how quickly this friendship just or relationship just ended and just evaporated because of their actions, and maybe they're going to try to find more pacification, more like growth within this by merging into nature and maybe like meditating or reflecting on it. Maybe reflecting with a friend that has brown hair, more specifically. 3 of bottles. So three of bottles. Is laziness, satisfaction, comfort, and loneliness. So more details with that is they could definitely be feeling lonely maybe at that time. Like maybe on Halloween they'll feel very lonely because maybe nobody invited them out or everyone just kind of fucking ignored this person because they've been such a shitty person, maybe to you or just to everyone, and maybe they're like, you know what? They will have a time to reflect and, you know, be in oblivion and be in emptiness, that they'll be like, damn, like I need to work hard to get everything back, to work to gain this back, these friendships back, to gain respect back, to gain, you know, make up for the losses I caused. And maybe actually reflect and grow from their mistakes. I think also they may feel lazy, like I said, very tired, very exhausted. Maybe they'll sleep the entire night and maybe have a dream about making up with you. Having satisfaction and relaxation come over them, a sign of peace, making up with you, and maybe that's something they'll do in the future. We have a friend here. I definitely think they may take action to become your friend again, or come up to you and be like, hey, you know, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. And obviously it's up to you whether you accept it or not. But I think, you know, accepting it just for your own peace of mind and forgiving them for your own peace of mind doesn't mean you have to be friends with them. Doesn't mean you have to blow up their phone and, you know, hang out with them again. There will still be that distance and that space. Obviously, you know, you could go with the flow and see where it takes you, and maybe you guys will be friends again. But you don't have to be if you don't want to be. I think forgiveness is always good for your own peace of mind. So yeah. So we have Queen of Cigarettes. And that's virtue, confidence, sincerity, and indifference. I think honestly, what they want to do is maybe an ego boost and having like confidence to not really give a shit. Like they want to act like, oh, I don't care. I don't really care what happens. I have the confidence. I don't really care. Another part of them is like maybe they want to be very sincere. They have a lot of care and they're like, they feel really guilty. But I think what they want to do is like maybe act like they don't care, but deep down they do. They want to act like it doesn't affect them, but deep down it does. Okay, I think that's all I have for you. Pile 5. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and consider subscribing. Okay, bye. Hello, my beautiful screaming babies. We got the Scream horror film. I think it's called Scream 1, Scream 2. So, all the way to 7, I think. I think they have 7 videos, movies. So, I felt to use this deck. I don't know why. Intuition, just making me want to use this deck. So, we're going to use it. I think it's because it's called Scream. But, let's fucking see what it has to say. So we're trying to figure out what is this person thinking about, or are they thinking about you on the night of Halloween? So, who are they? First, we're gonna decide who this person is. Oh my god. So we have Four of Wands in reverse. And this is pile 6. Yes, it is. So who they are, how do they feel about you? What are their emotions towards you? 2, 3. We have 5 of Cups. That looks very romantic. How do they think you feel about them? 2, 3. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. And then lastly, the future of the connection. How do they see the future with you? 1. Okay. I've never gotten the 2 of Wands. We have Knight of Cups. Let's pull some animal spirit card. 1. We got the beaver, the water sign. They could be a water sign. Then the space. Another emotion that they may feel you feel about them. 2, 3. Confidence and sadness. I think their confidence is a wall of their sadness. Okay, and then lastly, what's the last one? Affirmator. One, 2, 3. Spontaneity. Okay. All right. So, 4 of Wands. So the 4 of Wands, I actually had this in another pile, but it's in reverse. This person could be a little bit more introverted. Not someone who really goes out much. Maybe they have more tranquility when they're on their own. Maybe they're not really that sociable of a person. I think they don't mind to go out, but they prefer to maybe be inside, maybe not really go to parties. They're not really the type of person to host a party. They may come from a more introverted family. They could also just be someone who just likes to relax, be at home, have a smaller group of friends. They could be a very real person, authentic person. The 4 of Wands in this specific sexual magic deck is playing. So it says playing the magic of the 7 beings. Sexual intent is born on play and enjoyment as a harmonious, just as harmony is born of happiness. Like, you guys could have like fun. They could be like a goofy, silly person, and they may like to act that way just with you. Like, I think no one else really sees that side to them except for you. The beaver, with the beaver, they could be very happy. They could be a hard worker, loyal, tiredness, and family first. They could be very family oriented. loves their family, or maybe puts you as their family, like they see you as their family. And not like family, like, I think they see you as like they want to have a family with you. Um, I think they could be very, they're like the most stable of the water animals. Like it says the beaver's personality is a welcoming sight. These are good natured, dependable creatures. They have infinite love and enthusiasm for family. They express it by the way of the earth element, providing a home financially stable. Like they may like have their own place already, and maybe they like to like invite you over and like goof off with you in their house, and maybe things end out with like y'all like fucking around, you know? Um like I think like they could be very goofy, very fun, very playful. Like a child. They may act like an actual fucking child around you, but then like with other people, they're very serious, very, you know, head on strong. Um appears when the task at hand requires your long-term steady effort. It could also signify time for some karma, selfish service. I think this person could definitely be in for the long run. I think they also are a hard working person. They may also be being selfless recently. Maybe they have been doing more selfless acts recently. So the 5 of Cups, how do they feel about you? The 5 of Cups represents guilt. So they may be feeling guilty for something they did, and feeling guilty towards you. It says the weight of the past and its conquest is always remembered, but must be left behind to break overly oppressive attachments. You must be open to yourself of adventure and freedom. They could be definitely feeling very guilty. The 5 of Cups, I think, is the original where it's like they focus on what has been lost, what has been failed, what has been detrimented, and instead of focusing on what they have or what's left. I think maybe there's a lot of space between the two of you. Maybe things have ended. Maybe this was an ending of a relationship, and maybe they feel very guilty for how things ended. Um, Feeling very guilty. I think they are lost in their own space for now. It's like they kind of in this whirlwind of emptiness and feeling very lost. Um, and maybe they like financially supported you, and maybe they feel like, what do they do now? It's like they're like, this beaver's like, I just built this whole ass home for this person, and there's no one that left. There's no one here. Like, what do I do now? Like this person's like, what do I do now? Sorry, I may like laugh at a freaking possible ending of a relationship, but this person is definitely like feeling very guilty, feeling guilty. And they may have not even done anything wrong. I think this person could possibly be a people pleaser because I'm getting a little bit people pleasing vibes. But if not, they may have done something that they feel guilty for. Maybe they were the cause to the ending of the relationship. I think they think you see them as the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. And the 9 of Pentacles talks about domination in this deck. In the original, what the meaning is in the original, what is it, 9? Is materialism, setback, loss, or overindulgence. Maybe this person overindulged in something. Um, Maybe you caught them. Well, I don't see any third party thing here, so maybe it was like something like porn, or I don't know why that popped into my head. Materialism, maybe they were overindulged in work. Maybe they were constantly working. and maybe they were so focused on work that it was like too much for you to handle, and that's why you ultimately left, because it was like, I need the attention. I need, you to focus on work on this relationship with me. It can't just be all one-sided. And maybe this person was constantly so busy, constantly focusing on the work, that they didn't have enough time to give for you. And now it's like they see you, you may see them as someone that was like so focused on their work and not yourself, that it was like, they didn't really care to, like, you know, they didn't put in the effort to show that they cared. They didn't do it. Like, there was just nothing there. Confidence covered by sadness. Like, they may like act, they may know that you see through their bullshit. Like, they may act like they're all confident, cocky, they're fine, but they believe that you know deep down that they're fucking sad as hell. And then the future of this connection, I think they see an opportunity to possibly come back into this connection with you spontaneously, and possibly being more spontaneous with you. Maybe things got boring. Maybe they focused so much on their work and rather than you, and maybe that's why you left. And now they're like, okay, let me get my shit together and fucking go be spontaneous and win this person back. And they may slowly, but not too slowly, like they'll take action towards you. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. Modesty. They may be modest. They may not try to get too much. They might, like, just a little bit, like, hey, reach out. Would you be interested in maybe, working things out again? Or maybe, like, it's going on a date again. Maybe let's go, they may try to slowly, but not too slowly. Like, they'll, take action, be quick, but not too aggressive. It's like they find a balance on, like, the way to approach you. They want us to be spontaneous and be fun, and put more work into this, but they also don't want to scare you away. Okay, let's see what else. Let's see, are they thinking about you on the night of Halloween? 1, they may do it on the night of Halloween, to be honest. 2, 3, like, they may come to you on the night of Halloween. We have Knight of Cups in reverse. That might be a no. But let's see. So we have the Wheel of Fortune came out. I think this is kind of like, this reminds me of 50-50. Wheel of Fortune, that's more specifically of what they're thinking about, and maybe more detail, something else. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the Lovers and the Six of Cups came out. So I think I'm gonna pull this one first, because this one came out first, and then I'll pull the Lovers. Will be in the position of what they'll do next. I definitely think they'll take some loving action towards you. And then what do they want to do? 5 of Wands. Okay, so the Knight of Cups. Knave of Cup is jealousy. They may be jealous the night of Halloween. They may see you. You guys may see each other on the night of Halloween. Like, maybe they see you with someone else, or flirting with someone else, or talking to someone else, and they're fucking jealous. You guys could be, like, dancing or just hugging or just talking, and they're like, fuck no, this is not how it's gonna be. And that might make them pull full action into full gear and be like, stop fucking around, stop, focusing so much on your work. They could be very stressed out, and, like, I know you probably, obviously considering, or trying to consider everything about them, and maybe why they may, be so pulled back from this connection, maybe not trying as much or trying as hard. is because maybe they're just so busy with work, and obviously that's not an excuse, and they need to figure that out and stop doing that. And you're not gonna take, you're not gonna be a fucking second option to the work. But I think you should set your boundaries, but also try to understand maybe where they're coming from. I'm not saying to accept. I'm not saying to accept, being treated less, but also know, like, if they do change and they do put in the work to change and like actually consistently keep putting in the work to change for you, I don't think you have to hold on to that grudge forever. But yeah, they're fucking jealous. They're definitely jealous of something. Maybe you posted with someone else. They're fucking pissed. And they're like, I'm not gonna sit around and wait for my fucking baby mama to leave me with some other man or some other woman. Like, I'm not gonna leave my, let my mans go with some other, Like, they are like, no. The Wheel of Fortune. So, with the Wheel of Fortune is change. This is going to be a shift of change. I think they're thinking about changing. I think they're thinking about changing things up, fixing things, changing themselves, looking in the mirror, looking at themselves, reflecting. In reverse, I think this is more of like, they may find a path to seize old desires of things they wanted to do in the past, and maybe they've been so reluctant on, just so focused on their work, that they just put everything aside, even their own needs and wants and desires to the side, that now they're gonna like go after them and try them, and start putting themselves, like, doing all the things they wanted to do. And maybe the first one is, treating you right, and caring for you and putting you and their relationship first rather than work. I'm also kind of guessing, if that's not the message for you, I don't think it's the case, because we do have the Lovers upright and what they want to do, but they may like, they may be very jealous and maybe have a desire to just like fuck around with someone, and that's going to like cause them to change their whole mentality and realize fully what they have lost. Obviously, if that message doesn't resonate, ignore it. It'll be for someone, but it shouldn't have to take them to sleep with someone else to fucking realize your worth. That's all I'm gonna say. But that could be a very small few of you. I think overall, though, I think this is just like desires of like, they could also not like, they could also just sleep with someone else just because they're hurting. Like, they're hurting because they saw you with someone else. You know, obviously doesn't that's childish, very childish. Um, but I think it's gonna make them realize, like, that wasn't, that was a mistake. I think also, like I said, if that doesn't resonate, ignore it. This could also just be saying, like, they're going to start making changes to their life, making changes for what the things they want, their hobbies, the love life they want with you, and putting work or whatever has been distracting them from this connection and not being able to put in the work aside. Okay, so Six of Cups. We have memory. Yeah, I definitely think they're definitely gonna start reflecting on the memories, being like, damn, like I fucking lost the love of my life. Very jealous, very hurt, and they're going to change. They're definitely gonna move towards you, move towards your direction. They may try to distract themselves with other women and try to make them feel better about themselves with other women, and I don't think it will help. And then Five of Wands, finally, it won't make them feel any better. I think they'll definitely make the action towards you. They'll may try to pursue you after they realize the memories they've lost. I think they'll try to actively pursue you again and reach out to you again and try to fix things with you. I think they definitely feel like this, was a learning moment, and to the point where it's like maybe they feel like it was too late to learn and they feel like maybe their chance has been lost. But we have the Five of Wands, and this talks about watching. Um, they may want to see, like, I think they're going to make the action towards you because I think they know that's what's best. But I think a part of them also wants to, like, wait and see how far you'll take it and, like, whether you'll come back to them first. I think that's what they want to do, but I don't think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to take action first. I think a part of them just wants to see if you'll like fully forget about them and move on, and see if like you even like care to come back to them, or if you end up like moving on to somebody else quickly. I think also this could be a side note for some of you. If it doesn't resonate, please ignore it. There could be some sort of like a bit of codependency or a bit of obsession going on here, because we do have the dominance card and like watching, and like this things makes me think of like watching from a distance, or like stalking your page. This makes me think of obsession a bit, because it's like they're cutting the locks of this woman's hair and like keeping it. Like that's a little bit, it's a little bit much, a little bit of possession type mentality. But if that doesn't resonate, fucking ignore that message. I think it could also just be that, this person just wants to see if you'll fully leave them. That could be, like I said, that could be what that message is showing. All right, let's pull some messages. One. Something they may want to say. It says, stop caring for me. They may feel like you should stop caring for them, or maybe let go of them. But it could also be like, you could be saying that to them, and it's like, they want to stop caring for you, but they can't. One, we have, you're badly addicted. Someone could be addicted to, I just thought of like porn or sex, or I just thought of like sleeping with other women. Maybe this person is like badly addicted to sex, or badly addicted to you, and they can't move on from you. One, two. Okay, we have, I'm not a kid. Maybe we have the memories, and maybe they keep looking back on how childish they may have acted, and they're like, no, I'm not a kid, I promise. Like, I'll fix my shit, I'll work hard for you, like, I want to fix things. They'll end up maybe changing themselves. They may want to prove to you that they're not a kid. We have the answer is yes. They're definitely going to be thinking about you the night of Halloween. The answer is yes. And I think they will take action towards you. Like, the answer is yes, they're going to come towards you, make action towards this connection after, you know, after this thought process they had and reflecting on all those memories you guys had together. Maybe this is the first Halloween they'll have without you in a while, and maybe they feel, you know, very lost without you. We have I's, we have O's, and L names. They could have one of those names. Let's pull one more. Thinking about you right now. Oh my god, this person is literally thinking about you right now. It didn't take long for them to, you know, they're already thinking about you, girl. Alright. So, thank you so much for watching this reading, my beautiful pile 6s. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like and consider subscribing. Alright, I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye! Hello, my beautiful Jeepers Creepers fans. This is pile 7, I believe. So we're going to see on whether this person is going to think about you on the night of Halloween. So the deck we are going to be using is the Young Witch Tarot deck. So let's shuffle this bad boy on camera. I just feel called to use this deck in this reading. Jeepers Creepers, I'm not really sure exactly what the whole movie or what the movie is about exactly. So if someone knows, write it down in the comment, please. But the movie could represent or play a part in what we're going to be talking about today. So let's see who this person, it could also represent who, like, what this person kind of acts like, or who this person may be a little bit, or maybe you guys are fans of the movie or something. Okay, so let's pull a card that represents who this person is. 1, 2. This is the card that I was talking about. Interesting. Okay, 3, 6 of Pentacles. What is the 3 of Pentacles then? Okay, how does this person feel about you? 2, 3. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. There's a lot of earth signs. How do they think you feel about them? 2, 3. High Priestess and Queen of Cups. And then lastly, what is the future of this connection? 1, 2. Page of Pentacles. We also have the Devil came out. It's on screen. Alright, let's just ignore that for now. Let's focus on other things. Other better things. Affirmator for the future. We got spontaneity. Came out again. But I'm going to shuffle just because I feel like that was... Let's just see. 1, 2, 3. Confidence. Having more confidence in yourself. What are the emotions? Emotions of how they feel towards you. Jesus Lord, that one flew. 1, 2. The growth. 1. And we got hunger in reverse. You could be hungry for power, I just thought. Hungry for leadership. Hungry for... religion? Hungry for leadership. Hungry for recognition. Maybe that's the way you see them. 1, 2, 3. The mouse, earth sign. Right. I just want to like pull all the cards out. Might as well, right? Okay, are they thinking about you the night of Halloween? 1, 2, 3. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Next one is, more specifically, what are they thinking about? Specifically about you? We got the Sun. The Sun came out in another pile too, but in reverse. Okay, and then more details. 1, 2, 3. Temperance, balance, inner balance, or lack of balance, imbalance. What are they gonna do after this? Like from this realization, or the fact that they are thinking about you? 2, 3. King of Wands, taking action. Man of action, and then what they want to do is Empress. Be more nurturing, more loving, a mother figure, create more abundance. Okay. All right. So, let me fucking do my best. Alright, so let's talk about first the Six of Pentacles, who they can be. They could be someone who gives a lot away. Very generous of a person. Very considerate of other people, considerate of how to treat other people, how other people may feel constantly. I think the mouse. Let's see what the mouse represents. The mouse represents someone who's very detail-oriented, small-minded, nitpicky, and nervous. They could be, but upright. They're very organized, resourceful, and prepared. I think they could be very organized person. They could constantly be thinking about everything. Very future-oriented. Always thinking of what could possibly happen. They're always like one step ahead. Very organized person. I think they could be very generous as well, and like they tend to. They could be a person who, is very generous, gives stuff away, and like has generosity, but they don't give everything away. If that makes sense. The Nine of Pentacles, how they feel about you or their feelings towards you is, I think they may see you as someone who grows, who has a lot of growth. The Nine of Pentacles reverse. I honestly don't know what that is. Let's see. Oh, the Nine of Pentacles came out in the last pile. So they could see you as someone who is a little bit materialistic, setback, lost, or overindulgence. So maybe they feel like you used to be, or how they felt towards you was very materialistic about you, or maybe they felt like you were a loss, or maybe they felt like you, or maybe they felt like you were, like they liked you so much because they gained materialistic things from you. Like they leached off you a bit, and constantly were like thinking of what they could gain from you, and they were like they they were very materialistic with you. Like all they cared about was maybe your money, and maybe they feel like now they've grown a lot from that. Now they're being more generous. Now they're more, care. They care more about other people's wealth rather than their own. They care to give more back to the society, more back to others, rather than taking everything for themselves. Became less greedy. Maybe they're growing from being greedy. Had a lot of setbacks. Maybe they've lost. Maybe they feel like they've lost money with you, or maybe they felt like they overindulge in material aspects with you. Like maybe you guys spent a lot of your money, and but they're growing from that. They see growth coming from that and off of that experience they had. So the way they think you see them, they may like see they may think you see them as someone who's hungry just for money, very greedy, maybe very materialistic. We have High Priestess. You may also see them as someone, the Queen of Wands, or Queen of Cups. Why did I say Queen of Wands? The Queen of Cups. You may see them as someone who's very insecure, very dishonest, very dissatisfied, and very dependent on you. Maybe they may be someone who is very, they could be someone who's maybe they think you see them as someone who's like a leader, or someone who leads a group of followers, or someone who may be a little bit religious or have like stereotypical standards or structure. They could be someone that's like reliant on your money, and hungry for your money. So maybe that's something that follows, that's into that category. Maybe you see them as someone, or they think you see them as someone who's very insecure or dishonest. And the future of the connection you guys have, we have the Page of Pentacles. In reverse is ignorant, immature, resentful, and frustration. So I definitely don't think this connection has worked out or is going to work out. I think this connection is mainly just like a lot of issues from the get-go. Like it's kind of like, it was almost like maybe the only reason why this started was because of money. We have ignorant, immature, resentment, and frustration. Like there could be someone who is very insecure, that whenever they are criticized, they've become very defensive or immature and find resentment towards that person, or very frustrated towards that person, or very ignorant towards that person. And then this is saying like maybe find more confidence in yourself and not taking everything other people say to heart. So now we have the other cards we place on top of that, and we have Seven of Pentacles for if they are thinking about you. I think they may be withdrawing from this because I don't think they are reaping the rewards for their hard work. I think they put a lot of money and put a lot of effort into this connection, but I think now they are, or maybe they gained a lot of money from this connection, but now maybe they aren't, because maybe you withdrawed because you saw how like greedy and how greedy they were. Now how greedy they were, and now they're like, okay, I'm not reaping any rewards from this anymore. I'm not getting paid. There's no money involved. Okay, I'm out. Like kind of just like withdrawing, pulling back. And it doesn't have to be about money. It could be like gifts. It could be like some sort of abundance, some sort of thing that they provided. And maybe they feel like they aren't getting their rewards, the stuff like what they feel like is meant to be. There's definitely a lot of mistrust. They could definitely be reevaluating the situation. I think this person may not even be working. They kind of were just like dependent on you or the other person. And they may feel like this situation was a failure. So they could definitely be withdrawing. They may be thinking about you on Halloween, but I don't think they'll think much further. Like I don't think they really like cared too far into this relationship, or thought too far into this relationship. So with the Sun, I'm your sun. So we have positivity, success, joy, and optimism. They may like have optimism. That's a little confusing because this is like, I think they're trying to grow and become better. Like I said, like I think they realized how greedy they were, and they realized like that's not how you're supposed to be in a relationship. And maybe the ending or whatever happened between the two of you, or maybe the conversation you had made them realize like, or maybe the reason why you pulled back, or the fact that you pulled back made them realize they needed to change, and maybe they're feeling more optimistic about the future and more positive about the future, and not worrying so much about um, materialism. I think the um there's definitely an imbalance between the two of you, and I don't think that it's going to work out because I just feel like there's so much differences between the two of you. Like, you guys are just like on different fucking planets. The Temperance. It says competition, frustration, excess, imbalance. There's a lot of frustration here. A lot of frustration. A lot of imbalance, a lot of competition. Maybe you guys fought a lot. Maybe you guys like constantly fought, constantly fighting about the same thing. Maybe you guys constantly fought about money. Maybe the person that was the provider was like, I can't fucking pay for your stuff anymore. And then the other person's like constantly being like, you need to pay for my stuff, or asking for money. And maybe someone was just like, I had enough, and things just ended. Maybe the other person was like, maybe reflecting and realizing that maybe it's not all about money, or that maybe they should be stop being so demanding about money. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's what I'm getting. We have King of Wands. I'm also like pretty tired right now. So that's like, my eyes are like, oh. Um, King of Wands. So with the King of Wands, the King of Wands represents someone who's very, what they're gonna do, or like, I think they may come back into this connection or try to fix this connection by being more of a respectful leader. I definitely think they may had a following in the past, or had some sort of leadership or something going on in the past. And they may have been very insecure of a leader. Maybe it's in the friend group. Maybe you guys have a friend group where this is talking about a friend group. But I think now they may be more mature and be more of a leader towards this friend group. With the whole money thing, like I said, it doesn't have to be money. This could be like maybe recognition, some sort of abundance that they get from others, like something's like that they obtain physically. And maybe that's like recognition or followers or likes on the gram or something. Um, Maybe they will take more action to be more of a mature, respectful leader, be more of an influential, inspiring leader. And what they want to do maybe is the Empress. Maybe they want to like be more of a nurturing type of power, divine feminine type of, bring more of abundance to that, but instead they are more of like an authoritative, um, respected leader. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I feel like this reading was a little bit difficult. Right, let's post some messages, and then I think that will be it. File 7. Okay. Let's see what you have to say. We have bad vibes. Yeah, I think this person was definitely like reaping the rewards like off everyone, just like trying to reap as much as they can from everyone. Like maybe they tend to just be friends with people or tend to like fall into relationships just for like what they could get from it, which was bad, and maybe they're trying to grow and learn from that instead of being so hungry and starving all the time of what they can like get, constantly needing more. One, two. We have being pretty isn't everything. Maybe they worried a lot about their appearance and constantly, maybe they like, I just thought of like wanted to pay, like maybe they wanted you to pay for their boob job, or like wanted you to pay for their like cosmetics, or just pay for everything, or maybe they wanted the recognition of their body, or they wanted you to like their pictures on the gram constantly, or maybe they wanted you to follow them or find, you know, constantly comment on their posts and all this crap. Like they wanted you to like fucking, you know, worship them on social media, and it was like, dude, relax, you know. It was just because they're so insecure about themselves and thinking that they have to be, you know, the prettiest, even though people don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, you're pretty, but like, pretty isn't everything. We have the answer is no. I don't think this person may not even think about you twice on the night of Halloween, to be honest. We have the answer is no, so definitely getting a no vibe. They could be very upset about something. I don't know. Maybe they lost followers. You're allowed to cry. They may feel like hiding their crying, or maybe someone ends up helping them cry, or they're like, hey, like, let it out. Being very sweet to them. That could be you, to be honest. Maybe in the past. Or maybe they'll come to you and be like, hey, like, you're allowed to cry. You know. And then we have it's time to move on. Maybe they, like, what they want to do is move on from you. Okay, thank you so much, Pile 7. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like and consider subscribing. Alright, I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye!